श्रीवत्साङ्केन सत्कृता आमन्त्र्य तं परिक्रम्य सगणाचालयं ययौ। Sri Shuka Uvacha, Sri Shukdev Goswami said, Evam thus Bhagavata by the Supreme Personality Godhead Rajan, O King Sri Vatsa Ankena, who always carries the mark of Sri Vatsa on his breast, Satkrita being very much applauded, Amantya taking permission from him Parikramya circumambulating Sagana with his associate Swa Alayam to his own abode, Gayo went back. Shukdev Goswami said, O King, having thus been praised by the Supreme Personality, who bears the mark of Sri Vatsa on his chest, Lord Shiva circumambulated him. Then, after taking permission from him, Lord Shiva returned to his abode Kailash along with his associates. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks that when Lord Shiva was offering obeisances unto Lord Vishnu arose and embraced him. Therefore, the word Sri Vatsankena is used here. The mark of Sri Vatsa adorns the chest of Lord Vishnu, and therefore, when Lord Vishnu embraced Lord Shiva while circumambulated, Sri Vatsa mark touched Lord Shiva's breast. Okay, so he paid obeisances, but Vishnu hugged him. Okay, uh, the Lord Krishna personally hugging Lord Shiva. आत्मांश भूतां तां मायां भवानीं भगवान भवः सम्मता मृषमुख्यानां प्रीत्या चष्टात् भारत. Okay. Atmanamsh bhutam, a potency of the supreme soul, tam and mayam, the genetic Bhavani, who is the wife of Lord Shiva, Bhagavan, the powerful Bhava, Lord Shiva's matam, accepted Rishi Mukhyanam by the great sages. Pritya and jubilation, Chesta began to address Katha, then Bharata, Maharaj Parikshit, descendant of Bharat. O descendant of Bharat Maharaj, Lord Shiva in jubilation then addressed his wife Bhavani, who is accepted by all authorities as the potency of Lord Vishnu. So this is Shukdev Goswami telling to descendant of Bharat means Parikshit Maharaj. Okay. 43. So now Lord Shiva is speaking to Bhavani, his wife, and who is accepted by all authority as the potency of Lord Vishnu. Okay. Chalo. अपि वयपश्यस्त्वम् अजस्य मायां परस्य पुंसः परदेवताया अहं कलनामृषभोऽपि मुह्ये ययावशो अन्ये किमुता स्वतन्त्रः. Okay, I, oh, Vayapashya, have seen from you, Ajasya of the unborn Maya, the illusory energy, Parasya Sam of the Supreme Person, Paradevtaya, the absolute truth, Aham, myself, Kalanam, of plenary portions, Rishva, the chief, Api, although Muye became bewildered, Yaya by her, Avasa, imperceptibly, Anye others, Kim Uta, what to speak of, Aswatantraha, fully dependent on Maya. Okay, now you see the situation is, just now Lord Shiva along with his wife and other fellows, just now he got captivated by another woman, and then later on they found out that actually it was not an ordinary woman but my dear Lord himself, Krishna. So then he's saying to Parvati, because while he was running behind Mohini Murti, that time he did not have any idea that Parvati is seeing, Bhavani, my wife, is seeing, right? You are running behind another woman when you are with your own wife. Such a difficult situation, right? But he was so captivated then. Now when it is revealed, Krishna, then he's immediately saying, Lord Shiva saying to Bhavani, "Oh goddess, you have now seen the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Did you see that? This is power of Krishna." So he's saying, you have now seen the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the unborn master of everyone. Although I am one of the principal expansion of his lordship, I am one of the expansion of him, avatar you can say. Even I was illusioned by his energy. Did you see power of my Krishna? Even you have a strong faith on me now that I am so strong. This that. Now you see, even I was illusioned by Krishna's energy. Okay, that's why yesterday we discussed that this energy was internal energy, not the external energy. He is talking to the external energy only, which is Bhavani. Okay, so what then? Shiva is saying, what then is to be said of others who are fully dependent on Maya? Arey Baba, I got illusioned. Now what to speak of normal fellows? They are always in Maya. They are fully depending on Maya. What to speak of? Okay. यम माम पृच्छस्त्वम उपेत्य योगात् समासः समासः श्रांत उपारतं वै सा एष साक्षात् पुरुषः पुराणोन यत्र कालो पुष्टे न वेद यम about whom mam from me apricha inquired from you upettya coming near me yogat from performing yoga sama yes sahasrante at the end of 1000 uparatam ceasing by indeed sa he esha here is saksha directly Purusha, the supreme person Purana, the origin na not yatra where kala eternal time vishate can enter na not Veda the Vedas. When I finished performing mystic yoga for 1000 years, Lord Shiva is saying, when I finished performing mystic yoga for 1000 years, you asked me upon whom I was meditating. You asked me, na, one day. Now here is that supreme person to whom time has no entrance and who the Vedas cannot understand. You asked me, 1000 years I was meditating, so you asked me upon whom I am meditating. Now you see, this is the person. This is Krishna. So eternal time enters everywhere, anywhere and everywhere, but it cannot enter the kingdom of God. This is very important point to know, but it is inconceivable for us. We cannot figure out how it works. In uh, in kingdom of God, in spiritual lokas, spiritual planet, spiritual world, there is no time. Now we are always under the influence of time, so we can never make some idea that how it looks when there is no time. We can never imagine any situation without time. Everything is bound under time, right? You are eating, there is a time. Anna, you're sleeping, there is a time. Anything, it's bound under time. But this time is not functioning in spiritual world. Or you can say it's functioning, but it is under the control of Krishna. Or you can say, but for the time being, you understand there is no time only. Okay. Nor can the Vedas understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is an indication of the Lord being omnipotent, omnipotent. So because there is no time, na. So like Krishna is playing with the cowherd boys in forest, and the play is going so nice. Everybody is liking, everybody enjoying, all the cowherd boys. And if they want evening, they have to go home, but they are Krishna likes so much. Suppose Krishna is feeling very happy with the cowherd boy, then evening may not come only. That's how you may heard of Krishna was playing flute for these much time. How it is possible? It is possible. Everything is possible there. There is no time. There is no present, past, future. Okay, Krishna wants now morning should be there. Morning is there. Krishna is feeling, oh, now I want to have some evening pastime. Okay, immediately there is evening. And people will not feel also, oh, how it is working. Because they are not under influence of time. Influence of time only is there in material world. And that time is Krishna, Kalo Asmi. Okay? When you read fifth canto, you'll understand the Kala Chakra is time, Krishna only. The Kal Chakra, which is moving, and under this, in this Kal Chakra only everything is going on. So this Kala Chakra is Krishna himself comes in the form of Kala Chakra. In this Kala Chakra, 12 zodiac sign and 27 nakshatras, 28 nakshatras, they all forms Kala Chakra. Just like that. Okay, so here you saw that how Lord Shiva is saying to Bhavani that did you see? Uh, you were asking upon whom I am meditating. Now you see, this is the person Krishna. I always meditate upon him. So doubt is clear now. So then, okay, I think we can complete the chapter here. We have 3 verses, so I think we will do it. Even though I plan to complete it by 9, but now I am becoming greedy to complete it. If you say, I can complete. Okay, only 3 shlokas are remaining. Then tomorrow onwards we can start a new chapter. Okay, so 45. Na, very small, maybe some 10 minutes I will take. Sri Shuka Vacha iti devi hitastata vikrama sang dhanvanaha sindor nimirthane yena drita prishte mahachalaha. Sri Shuka Vacha, Sri Shukdev Goswami said, iti daste and abhihita explained that, my dear king Vikrama and provis sarang dhanva of the Supreme Personality God who carries the Saranga bow. This is the name of Krishna's bow. Sindhu of the ocean of milk, Nirmatane in the churning yin by whom Dhrita was held to stay on the back Maha Achala, the great mountain. Sukdev Goswami said, my dear king, the person who bore the great mountain on his back for the churning of the ocean of milk is the same Supreme Personality Godhead known as Sharanga Dhanva. Okay, Kurma. So he's the same Krishna who carries the Saranga bow. I have now described to you his progress. Okay, so because Swami is concluding the Samudra Manthan fasting, I have explained you. This is like it. Etan nu kirtyato anushramato narishyate jatu samatyam kachit yaduttam shloka gunanuvarnam samasta sansar parishrama. Very, very, very nice shloka. Etat, this narration who constantly kirtyataha of one who can anusharanmata and also hears na non drishyate and jatu at any time. Samudyamaha, the endeavor Kvachit at any time, yet because Uttam Shloka of the Supreme Personality Gunanuvarnanam, describing the transcendental qualities, Samasta or Samsara Parishrama, Maitri Apam Mission. The endeavor of one who constant hear carefully, because we were hearing carefully for many, I think 2 weeks. Okay, so carefully, because you heard carefully for many weeks. So what is you are going to get? So the endeavor of one who constantly hears or describes. So I am also included. Thank you. Okay, so the endeavor of one who constantly hears or describes this narration of the churning of the ocean of milk will never be fruitless. Indeed, chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only means to annihilate all sufferings in this material world. Okay, now further. 47. Asad Vishayam Angri Bhavagamyam Prapanna Amritam Maravariyana Shat Sindhu Matyam Kapata Yuvati Vesho Mohan Yanya Surarim Tama Tamaham Upasratanam Kama Puram Natosmi. Okay, so Shukdev Goswami said ki whoever is a hearing, so Narishyate Jatu Samudra Mahakvachit, one's endeavors will never be fruitless. So people who heard Samudra Manthan pastime or who described Samudra Manthan Leela, their endeavors will never be fruitless. Second benefit is they can quickly annihilate all the material sufferings. Okay, Samasta Sansara Parishrama Paham. Now he is finally paying obeisances to the Supreme Lord. But his Asat Avishyam not understood by the atheist, agreement to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Avagamyam understood by Devotee Prapannan, fully surrendered Amritam, the nectar Amar Varyan, only unto the demigod Ashayat gave to drink. Sindhu Mathyam produced from the ocean of milk. Kapata Yuvati Vesa, appearing as a false young girl, Mohan captivating, yeah, he Pusra Ari, the enemies of the then first come unto him. Ayupasratanam of the devotees, Kama Puram, who fulfills all desires. Nata Asmi, I offer my respectful obeisances. Assuming the form of a young woman and thus bewildering the demons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead distributed to his devotees, the demigods, the nectar produced from the churning of the ocean of milk. Unto that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who always fulfills the desires of devotees, I offer my respectful obeisances. The instruction of this narration concerning the churning of the milk ocean is clearly manifested by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he is equal to everyone, because of natural affection, he is equal to everyone. And one should not think that he cheated demigods. No, he cheated demons. No, he is equal to everyone because of, but still because of natural affection, he favors his devotee. Normal thing he gives equally, but because devotees are doing a special devotion to him, so he is also giving a special favor to them. So that's why Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Sammoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshu stinapya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. Ye bhajanti, who is doing devotional service to me. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite deshu cha. I envy no one, nor I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all. Krishna is saying. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. This partiality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is natural. A person cares for his children not because of partiality, but in a reciprocation of love. Okay, the children depend on father's affection, and the father affectionately maintains the children. Similarly, because devotees do not know anything but the lotus feet of the Lord, the Lord is always prepared to give protection to his devotees and fulfill their desires. He therefore says, Kaunteya pratijani name bhakta pranashati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So this much whole Samudra Manthan, Krishna depicted many incarnation in this Leela. Krishna depicted everything to show that my devotee, I will always take care of. Okay, so in this way, like in a classroom, all the teacher is equal to everyone, but still there are some students who are very much reciprocative. They are very active. They do extra things in class. So naturally, there will be a special affection about those children. Okay, but normal things is given to everyone. Okay, like that, Krishna is also doing. So thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th and to 12th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled the Mohini Murti Incarnation Bewilders Lord Shiva. So here completes the Samudra Manthan pastimes. Okay, so this pastime is also called Amrit Mahotsav. Amrit Mahotsav. Okay, why? Because Amrit was taken out of this Leela, and also Amrit Mahotsav means this pastime will be glorified to the eternity. Never people will forget this. All the time this pastime will be glorified, and people who hear, they also get experience of nectar, and they people also, devotees also feel nectarian ecstasies when they hear this pastime of Samudra Manthan, because in this many incarnation appeared, like Kurma, like Mohini, Lord Ajita, and like that. Okay, so in this way, in one way this is completed, but still there is a second part. Second part of the story. Now you may remember in the past time that Bali Maharaj was killed. Now what happened to Bali Maharaj? Because you know Bali Maharaj was there and Vaman Dev came and all those things are there. So that is the second part. So you can say the movies part 2 is going to come. So that will be started from the tomorrow onwards, from the chapter 13 onwards. Okay. Thank you so much. Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Bhagavatam ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Samudra Manthan Leela ki jai. Any question is there? Quickly. Okay. Okay, there is some question. Is there any question here also? Or same? 1 second. Okay. Earlier you mentioned Lord Krishna is Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva is Lord Krishna. So if we worship Lord Shiva, are we not worshipping Lord Krishna indirectly? Okay, so yes, we are if you worship Lord Shiva, then you are worshipping Krishna indirectly. But what is the problem when there is a direct method? So why we have to go indirectly? That is one thing. Second thing is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that not only Shiva, whomever we are worshipping, whether we are worshipping Indra, Ganapati, Durga, actually Krishna is saying that actually you are worshipping me only, but in a wrong manner. So Krishna is saying, don't do things in wrong manner. When I am telling you the right way, why you're doing in wrong way? If you don't know the right way, then it's fine, do it wrong way. But now you know the right. Because he is saying the people who are worshipping demigods, Shiva, Ganpati, Durga, and Indra, Chandra, Varuna, they are unintelligent. They are less intelligent. Alpamedasa. Na? Because they are doing process in an indirect way. And you can worship Lord Shiva. If at all anybody wants to please Lord Shiva, you have to worship him, saying that you are the Vaishnavanam Yathasambhu, you are the Supreme Vaishnava, give me devotion. But if you worship Lord Shiva saying that you are Supreme, he is not happy. Okay, Krishna anyway doesn't bother about anything, because he is not going to come and clarify everywhere, I am Supreme, I am Supreme. He does not worry. You say Krishna is not all there, then also no problem to Krishna. Aha, very nice question. Why did he create demigods? So he creates demigods. See, Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, he cannot do everything alone. He has to create ministers for different departments. So that's how Krishna gave all the departments to all the demigods. So every demigod is maintaining one department of universal affair. Now coming chapters you will know the universal affairs. That's a nice question you have asked, and it is the link to the next chapters. Okay, so universal management is going to come now. How the universal management works. So there are 6 main positions and all those. So Krishna has created many departments to run the universal management, and all the demigod is the departmental head of each department. So the point is, if you go and satisfy all the demigods, then you have to do for all. There are 33 crore demigods, so you don't know the name only of all. So then it's a problem. If you worship only 5-6 demigod and not others, they will get angry sometime. So when Krishna is saying, Bhagavatam is saying very clearly, like the way we put water in the root of the tree and the food in the stomach, and all the limbs of the bodies are nourished and all the limbs of the tree are nourished. Same way, when we serve Krishna, we worship Krishna, all the demigods are satisfied. That's what the process is. When we feed Krishna, everybody is satisfied. Tasmin tuste jagat tuste. Krishna says, if I am satisfied with you, then everybody will be satisfied. And if you worship Krishna and never worship Shiva or Shiva or Brahma or like that, they are never going to be angry with you, and they will be always pleased with you. Okay, Shiva, Vishnu, everybody will be pleased. Okay, yeah, very nice point shared. That Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says that for what your goal is, you do that. So Krishna says, if you worship Pitras, you go to Pitra Loka. If you worship demigods, you go to demigod Loka. Whomever you will worship, you will go to him. And if you worship Krishna, you will go to Krishna Loka. If you worship Shiva, you may go to Kailash. If you worship Brahma, you may go to Satloka. If you worship Indra, you may go to heavenly planet. Okay, if you worship Chandra, you may go to moon, like that. So wherever you want to go, you worship like that. Our goal is to go to Goloka. Why? Because Krishna says all the other places are temporary. After Pralaya, everything is going to finish. Even Satloka, Brahmaji's planet will be finished. Only the eternal planet is Vaikuntha or Goloka. That remains always. So going Goloka, the eternal planet, is the intelligence. Okay, so we want to go there. Okay, so I hope it answers your question. Anyway, thank you for your nice question. There is another question. If Krishna wants us to come back to Golok Vrindavan, then why do he create reason of Maya for living? Areva, what is this question? You say government is putting. Well, nice question actually. Government is putting requirement. We want executive engineers for this railway department or this department, that department. So you can say, they want us to do engineering job there now. Then why they are putting exam there? Why they are putting some people as fail? You are not selected, not selected. Why? Because we government want only eligible people. So Krishna is putting all this. Maya means she is testing us. Okay, who is eligible to go to Goloka? Okay, so people who are eligible, they only will enter there. So Maya job, Maya. That's why Prabhupada is writing. Maya is doing a thankless job, because Maya is also devotee of Krishna, and she has to give trouble to the devotees of Krishna and to the living entities which she does not like. Maya does not like doing this job. what she is doing, because nobody is able to do that job. This job somebody has to do now, right? See, police is doing this job of catching the miscreants and putting in the jail. So nobody likes police. Everybody scolds them, give them bad word, but they are doing the thankless job on behalf of government, right? So same way, Maya is taking care that who is eligible to go to Goloka and not. So you say I am eligible to go to Goloka. Maya say, okay, come here. She will give you some illusion, some kind of test, some problem, some happiness. Some people get illusion by problem, some people get illusion by happiness. But Maya knows how which question paper to give to you. Okay, so she'll give, and if you are passed, you are elevated to the next stage. If not, okay. Okay. Sometime in Maya say, okay, why you want to go Goloka? I'll make you Indra, na? You will become Indra. All the Apsaras will dance for you only. There will be nice heavenly drink, Sura. Enjoy nice. You will remain always young, youthful. Urvashi, Menka, Ramba, everybody will dance for you. Wow. Okay, I'm settled. Then okay, stay there in heaven. But if you say no, this is not my goal. Okay, come to Brahma, Satyaloka. Everybody is doing tapasya, pure, everything is there, nice, peaceful, no disturbance. Stay there. Okay, but if you say no, I want to go Goloka only. She will say, okay, chalo, thoda aur dekhte hain. Then she'll take to the light, Brahma Jyoti. See, only Brahma Jyoti. Stay here. So, so nice light, huh? I'm staying nice. Okay, but if you say no, still I am to go. She'll take you to go Vaikuntha. See, Narayan, Lakshmi ji doing worship. Aha, so nice, Narayan. All the people are having four-handed form, and you also have four hand. Wow, yeah, one here, two extra. Very nice. Say, I'm staying here. So nice. Okay, but you say no. I want to go Goloka. Then she'll okay, chalo. So she'll take further. Then you reach Goloka. There Krishna is playing flute, wearing yellow dhoti and having some peacock feather and flowers from the forest. You say, oh, here I am. Okay, nice. Then it's fine. Okay. So Maya will keep testing you till that moment. Okay. So same Maya actually, but she is doing this job because Krishna wants her to do it. Because Krishna don't want people to come and create problems there. Because just as when Prabhuji was saying, think about ourselves. Now, if now in this stage I go to Goloka, maybe I will ask for some gopis only. Okay, one gopi I also want as my girlfriend. Because of that only I am suffering here. I'm not going there. Why? Because this kind of feelings are there. So Maya has to check everything. Whether you should, Maya will allow only those people who are going to go there and assist Krishna in his pastime. Not asking Krishna, hey, you go, I am the enjoyer, let me enjoy. No. All the gopis, everybody is in whole Golok Vrindavan. The mood of Praja is that bring everything in the service of Krishna. But my mood is bring everything for me, right? Even though if I'm offering some mango, some fruits, Krishna, what is my desire? I will eat this anyway. I will eat this. I have 200% confidence that if I offer to Krishna, he's not going to eat. My 4 parathas will stay 4 only. So I'm offering it every day. If Krishna start eating, then many people will not offer food on me, right? They will not offer to Krishna because he's eating. You have 2 gulab jamun, you offer to Krishna, one is finished. Array. So that's what we are having plan now. Today I feel to eat paneer paratha. Okay, then we will offer to go Krishna, right? So, or sometimes people have fear. Array, if I don't offer, I'll get karma. I have to go to hell. Okay, offer. This is not called devotion. This is fear. Devotion is like Mother Yashoda. My dear Krishna, he's hungry. I have to feed him. She's doing a lot of effort, churning the butter and all. Even though there are a lot of maid servants they can do, but no, for Krishna, she herself is being the queen. She herself is doing, making the butter and giving to Krishna. Okay, so that is love. You are doing out of love. Like you went to some place or some devotee's house or some temple and you got your dinner there. Nice people, very nice feast, everything. But in your home you have Krishna, na? Every day you're offering. But today you ate outside, so you will not offer that. Anyway, I ate prasad, na? Why I have to offer? No. He also has. So love means even though you eat there, but you will come to home, you will cook for Krishna again. That's love. Okay, like that. So in this way, that's why some people, when they get this love affair with Krishna, then they start doing everything for Krishna, right? Like if they are taking lemon juice, they will say, I'm taking lemon juice, what about Krishna? So first offer to him. But other people will say, anyway, in lemon juice there is no karma. Fruits, na. Prabhuji said, in fruit there is no karma. So let us eat. And we can directly drink. Because we are not behind karma, we are behind devotion. We are not doing chanting or anything out of karma or fear or nothing. We are doing out of devotion. That's why everything should be done out of devotion. Okay, so when you see nice thing, like you are going in the garden, you see a nice flower. So first thought should be, oh, my Krishna will like this flower. Let me take one. You went to a devotee house. You ate nice puri, kachori. So you will ask recipe. Why? Why you will ask recipe? Because you want to enjoy. You want to eat it tasty kachori? No. You ask so that you can cook for Krishna. So you will ask, I also want to cook for Krishna. My Krishna also will eat this same tasty kachori. Can you tell me? That's love. You are not, because you are not having desire that I want to eat. No, but you have my Krishna also. I should also offer in my home altar, na? To Krishna, same kachori. That's anything you do, anything you get new or a wonderful or tasty or beautiful, you feel that this should be offered to Krishna. That's the mood of Radharani. Everything, our whole thing, Braja, the word Braja, Brajamandal, Braja, they say, no? So Brajavasi, so the word Braja means uh, changing or modifying, how would you say, like, all our desire should keeping in line with Krishna's desire. That's the meaning of word Braja. Inlining all our desires and activities in the desire of Krishna. Like what Krishna wants, that's what we will do. Krishna said, we don't want to live here. Okay, we'll go to next city. No problem. Right. Okay. Okay. So, acha. Any other question? Uh, okay. So hope it answers your question. Okay. Thank you so much. Guru Bhat ki jai, Randrashtan Bhagwan ki jai. Hare Krishna.